Frantic search for a missing toddler ends in relief. We'll tell you where he was found and who police could charge in this case.
Tracking milder temperatures, even gusty winds for your Wednesday. More on that coming up in just a few minutes.
And the NFTA and local leaders are responding to criticism from a national civil rights leader over the decision to ban Chick-fil-A from the Buffalo airport.
You're watching News 4, your local news leader. Now, live from Buffalo, this is News 4 at 5.
A 2-year-old boy was found wandering alone in the middle of the night near a busy Buffalo intersection. And an Uber driver spotted the toddler and brought him to safety.
And now, as George Ricker reports, Buffalo police are considering whether charges should be filed against the relatives who were in charge of his safety.
It was about 2:30 in the morning near the corner of Main and West Utica when an Uber driver spotted this 2-year-old boy outside alone.
The Uber driver stopped, picked the child up. It was apparent that there was no adult or guardian for the child anywhere in the vicinity, and they proceeded to drive the child directly to Children's Hospital.
For 6 hours, police tried to figure out where he came from, even posting his photo on their Facebook page. Finally, at 8:30 this morning, the child's grandfather awoke to discover the child he was in charge of missing from his apartment in Bowen Manor, a couple hundred feet from where the child was found.
A mother who works overnight had left 3 children with her father, so the children's grandfather, to watch the children.
We know from someone on that property that there was surveillance video showing the child had wandered out of the automatic handicap doors of the senior housing apartment building on West Utica. Someone who saw the surveillance video says once the little boy was outside, he tried to get back inside and could be seen banging on those doors, but those doors wouldn't automatically open back up.
You know, there's a difference between somebody that leaves the front door wide open and goes to bed with the child right in the living room on the couch and wakes up and says, oh my God, the child wandered out, versus somebody that has a child in their bedroom, front door is locked, and unfortunately gets up in the middle of the night and decides to go for a walk. So those are the things we look at when we make a determination whether or not charges should be placed.
Buffalo Police, Child Protective Services, and Erie County Social Services are all looking into what, if any, measures should be taken now against the parent or the grandfather. But Captain Ronaldo says that Uber driver who found the boy should be commended. George Rickert, News 4.
An Orleans County man appeared in court this week after being charged in the carbon monoxide poisoning death of a mother and her son.
David Wiley Jr. pleaded guilty to criminally negligent homicide and reckless endangerment. Wiley was the caretaker of the property where Joan Gilman and her 14-year-old son Richard lived. Police say he ran a generator under the victim's bedrooms for several hours. Wiley is scheduled to be sentenced in July.
And in Jamestown, 2 men are facing drug charges now after police found them with thousands of dollars worth of meth and heroin. Authorities were called to a home on Sprague Street, and that's where they found the drugs and the cash. They arrested and charged Richard Brown and Timothy Blakesley with possession of a controlled substance. Orchard Park Central Schools refused to allow 2 girls to attend school without their childhood vaccination.
And now the state education department is backing the school's decision. Marina Williams says her daughters should not have to get vaccinated because their religion opposes injecting foreign substances into their bodies. But the state education commissioner, Mary Ellen Elia, ruled that the family did not demonstrate that is a genuine and sincerely held religious belief.
Well, we're disappointed. We respect the commissioner's decision. We feel that that she came with a decision that she thought was fair and it was considered, but we respectfully disagree with it.
The family is now considering whether to pursue this further. We will have more details coming up on News 4 at 6. Well, a member of the U.S. Civil Rights Commission is objecting to the apparent exclusion of Chick-fil-A as a restaurant at the Buffalo Niagara International Airport.
Civil Rights Commissioner Peter Kirsanow is accusing the NFTA of discriminating against the national chicken chain on religious grounds. But as News 4's Al Vaughters tells us, some of that criticism may be missing the mark, Al.
Well, first of all, officials at the NFTA tell us Chick-fil-A has not been officially ruled out because the Atlanta-based restaurant chain was never officially ruled in. Even though the Civil Rights Commissioner directs his ire at the NFTA, officials tell us it's Delaware North that's actually in charge of picking the concessionaires at the airport. The NFTA announced last week Chick-fil-A had tentatively been selected as one of the new companies to be included in plans for a new revamped concession at the Buffalo-Niagara International Airport. But officials tell us right now the selection process by contract is in the hands of the Delaware North companies. A short time later, Buffalo Assemblyman Sean Ryan took umbrage with the Chick-fil-A option, accusing the company of bias against the LGBT community. Here's what he told our Chris Horvatitz last Friday.
I'm a bit disappointed with the NFTA that they wanted to talk about it and talk about how they could allow them to stay there, but that's really not allowed under our rules.
Commissioner Kirsanow wrote in a letter to NFTA chairperson Sister Denise Roach. There's no evidence Chick-fil-A has discriminated against anyone in hiring or denied service to anyone based on their sexual orientation. We received a copy of Kirsanow's letter in our email yesterday, but a spokesperson for the NFTA told us he must have sent the letter to the NFTA by snail mail. So far, they haven't received it yet, and so they would be hard-pressed to comment. The letter was not addressed at all to Delaware North. Al Waters, News 4.
And turning now to Buffalo's most accurate forecast. Here's a live look over the Queen City. Gloomy day out there across the metro area. The sun was out for a time, but there is definitely a chill in the wind if you happen to go for a walk out there. But some changes are in the forecast.
That's right. Meteorologist Stevie Daniels is in for Todd Santos tonight. She can tell us what to expect. Stevie?
Hey, guys. Good evening to you. Yes, so we're unfortunately saying goodbye to the sunshine, hello to the extra cloud cover, and there is even a bit of a chill in the air, too. We're dealing with winds, believe it or not, out of the south, on average anywhere from 5 to even 15 miles per hour. So the further up north you go, the actually chillier it actually is. But satellite radar showing some of that cloud cover building in from the south and west, right now blanketing western New York. And we're looking to be mostly to partly cloudy as we head overnight. But the key is we're actually going to stay mainly dry. Our winds are expected to pick up as we head into your Wednesday. We could actually feel gusts upwards of 35 to even 40 miles per hour at times, mainly for the afternoon and evening hours tomorrow. And we're going to stay mainly dry for your Wednesday, though, with a mixture of sunshine and clouds returning. But I am tracking a batch of rain showers that are going to start to slide through the area late Thursday night into early Friday morning. Temperatures, though, across western New York sitting in the mid to upper 40s, even lower 50s out there. The further up north you go, Batavia hanging on to a temperature of 51 at the moment. 49 over in Warsaw and Springville, slightly cooler, about 4 degrees cooler this evening, sitting at 45 degrees. And right now our winds are out of the south, anywhere from 5 to 15 miles per hour. Looking to stay pretty breezy, though, even as we head overnight. But we're going to stay a bit windy even as we head into your Wednesday afternoon. But looking at our temperatures for your day tomorrow, mid to upper 40s, and then we're talking low to mid 40s for Thursday afternoon as a cold front slides through. So that's why we're going to see a sort of a bit of a dip in the temperatures as we round out the work week. But heading into the upcoming weekend, we're going to gradually soar in temperature. We're talking 50s, even 60s as we head into early next week. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Stevie. And you will hear us referring to Buffalo's most accurate forecast. To learn more about what it takes to become Buffalo's most accurate, head to our website, WIVB.com. Well, all but one of the men and women running for a seat on the Buffalo School Board will be in the same room tonight. The Buffalo Immigrant Leadership Team is hosting a forum tonight at Lafayette High School. 14 of the 15 candidates on the ballot are scheduled to be there. That forum begins in just about an hour.
Well, straight ahead in 2 minutes, we'll have the latest on Obamacare, the reason you might not see a vote in Congress until 2020.
And coming up at 5:30, new details on a murder in Georgia, the events that led to a person's death after knocking on the wrong door.